Hey guys, it's Jen here from Nails by Jen. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be another watch me work on these short little oval peekaboo glitter nails. So if this is something you're interested in, stick around, keep watching. As always, don't forget to click that like and subscribe for me. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, and let's get started. Alright guys, so again, first things first, I'm going in and I am shortening her nails just slightly, and then I'm going to be removing her color. This is what I call a top design. So this was again a set that I did not do. It was a set that was done by another nail tech in this city while I was away. She helped me out and took some of my clients for me. So I appreciate it very much, and I loved the color. She does an amazing job, and her name is Amanda. Shout out to Amanda. I believe how you say her last name is Yankee, but it's spelled with a J, I believe, or Janky. I don't know. I hope she watches this video. If she does, give me a holler in the comment section. So as I said, I'm going in and I'm just going to be removing the color, and then I'm actually going to be taking the product down to a thin layer because the peekaboo design is going to be encapsulated. Now you guys, you can do this design with both gel and acrylic. As you guys know, I'm an acrylic tech, so I wanted to try and do it with acrylic. Now there is a few things in particular, or one thing for sure, that I would definitely do differently the next time I do it, and I will get into that a little bit later. So I'm going to go through all 10 fingers and remove the color and take down the product to a very thin layer. Alright guys, so next I'm going in with my cuticle pusher, and I am pressing back the proximal nail fold so that I can expose a little bit more of that nail plate and the cuticle so that we can scrape the cuticle off of the nail plate. And then next I'm going to go in with my hand file, and this is where I do my shaping. So I get my shape in place before I apply my product. It will make your life so much easier when you are doing your finish filing if you get your shape in place now, and then you apply your product, and then you just don't have as much debulking to do, you don't have as much filing to do. So I also take my hand file and I am going to roughen up or take the shine off of the natural nail at this point. And if she had any little bits of lifting, which she does not, I would also just remove the lifting if there was any still left with the hand file. Now you guys probably remember from a previous video that I did with this client that she is a picker of the tip. So she goes under the tip of the nail, and if it's separating a little bit, she will pull out or pick out her natural nail. So she's done actually quite well with this set. She did not do it. She was very proud of herself, but she did do it on, I believe, both of her pointer fingers. So you will see at least for sure the one on the right finger, if I remember, looks a little wonky and it's kind of misshapen because she did peel it out. Now I know some people had mentioned a few things for me to do, like go under her nail when I'm done and file out her natural nail. I have attempted to do that, but because her nails are so short, there's really not a lot of natural nail to peel out. She doesn't peel it out immediately. It's usually within the last week or 5 days before her appointment. So by then they're grown out and she can see it more. So there's not much that I can do, unfortunately. It's kind of up to her to just be diligent and not pick it out. So I'm going to go through and do this on all 10 fingers. All right, guys, so the next step is to go in with my little cuticle bit. This is from Canada Nail Supplies. It is an Erica's micro taper, and I believe it is a medium. They come in a 2-pack, and I really love these ones. They really get that cuticle. It's so satisfying. And this is like one of the favorite parts that my clients love when I do their nails. I think I really only have one client who dislikes it, but everybody else is always like, I love this part. So I'm going to go in and get the cuticle off of all 10 fingers. Then I am going to go in with my nippers. I'm going to nip off anything that's basically standing up or white that needs to come off of the skin, and then I'm going to cleanse the nail. So just an update on the cleanser. I had mentioned in one of my recent videos that was actually a very old video that I filmed like 6 months ago. I used to use a 50-50 mix of 99% alcohol and 100% acetone, and I was having lifting, and that was a mix that I used with another product line years ago, and it worked very well, but it just was not working with the young nails. I also used their swipe solution. I still was having lifting. So I am now using mostly alcohol with literally just a splash of acetone, and I am finding that I am having more success and less lifting. So I know some people have said they just use straight alcohol, and that works as well. And I may just try that also, but for now I'm just using, I don't have like the exact mix. It's just literally a splash of acetone in the alcohol. So as you can see here, I'm just going through with my nippers again, and then I'm going to cleanse the nail with my cleanser, and then I'm going to apply 2 coats of my protein bond, and then we're going to get into the glitter application. Okay guys, so it's finally time for the fun part. So unfortunately, I do not have any names for these glitters or know where I got them, because these are all old glitters that I have had for years, and I do not have labels for them. So one thing that I normally do when I am applying glitters is I usually will put a very thin layer of clear down as a barrier between the natural nail and the glitter. With this design, especially because she has really short nails and I want to keep them as thin as possible, I did not do that. So when she comes in for her fill, I will have to very lightly use my hand file to file off any glitter, especially if we are, not going to cover it with another full color or anything like that, if any of the pink is going to be showing. So first what I'm doing is taking my fine glitters, which are mixed in acrylic, and I am applying a very thin layer up into the proximal nail fold area, and only about, I would say, a quarter to maybe a third of the way down, not quite half. Maybe on some of them it ends up being half. And I'm just kind of lightly feathering it to thin it out, because we're basically going to be taking a milky white and pushing it, feathering it up towards the proximal nail fold from the tip. So you're going to be doing sort of an ombre look. So I'm going to go through all of the fingers and I'm going to apply the colors. I did the same 5 colors on both hands, matching, so each pinky was the same, ring finger, middle finger, etc., etc. And then I'm going to go in with my milky white. So in the beginning of this video, I mentioned that there was something that I would try to do differently next time if I did this design again, and that is when it comes to applying the milky white. So on some of the nails, you can see a lot closer in the intro video that there's more of a solid round line where the milky white meets the glitter near the proximal nail fold. I'll point to it right here with an arrow so you can tell what I'm talking about, or see what I'm talking about. On some of the nails, it's a little more faded and it's a little more soft, and on other nails, it ends up being a little more crisp and a little bit more of like a line. I preferred the nails that looked a little more soft. So in the future, if I did this again, I would just make sure to soften that line. As I'm editing this video, if I specifically notice one of them that looks really a lot more harsh of a line, I will again point it out to you guys so you can see what I'm talking about, because it's kind of hard to see during this process, and I think that's why I didn't notice it until the end when the top coat went on. So the milky white that I'm using is a custom mix, and it is 4 parts clear to 1 part white acrylic. it worked quite well for this. It could have been even just a slight bit more opaque, and that would have helped to kind of hide the center area where I don't want to see the transition from the glitter to the white, so that it ombre'd really, really nicely. But it worked out still really, really well. I was very happy with how these turned out, other than, like I said, some of them had that more of a harsh line as opposed to a soft transition. So I'm going to go through and apply all of the white to all 10 fingers, because we are going to also cap it in clear or encapsulate in clear acrylic. And this is why it's important to do everything as thin as possible. There were a couple of her nails that ended up being a little bit more bulky than I would have liked, and I think it was a couple of the blue ones, but we will see as the video kind of keeps going here. So as I'm watching this video and I'm editing it, I'm pretty sure it was the blue ones in particular that I really noticed that line was a lot more harsh, and I'm assuming it's because the blue is a darker color in comparison to the white, so I just saw that line a lot more. You can see it here. Again, I'll zoom in and you can just see it's not really blended, it's not really faded, it's just kind of like a harsh white line. So again, that's something that I would change if I was doing this again. All right, guys, so we are getting towards the end. So the next thing is to go in and cap all of the nails with clear acrylic. So I am making the acrylic as thin as I possibly can at the proximal nail fold area and at the tip area, and just making sure that I build up that little bit of an apex. So again, this is where on a few of the nails, it did get just a little bit bulky around that proximal nail fold. Just with the glitter, in order for it to be opaque enough, I had to maybe build it up a little bit. But all in all, again, like I said, I was quite happy with how they turned out. So once I get them all capped in clear and the acrylic is hardened, I will go in and finish file, and then I will just simply apply top coat, and that is it. All right, you guys, so that is it for this Watch Me Work. So as you can see, if you look closely, even the pink and the purple one, again, the lines just look a little harsher than on the yellow one. I do prefer the softer look, but I know some people do purposefully do the more harsh look, and I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be done, and I just prefer the soft, or it's vice versa. Either way, do what you like. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please share it with someone else, and as always, have an amazing day. It's fine. Yeah, you don't really see them anyways. So yeah, and there's things